Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Paramita and I heartily welcome you to my channel Paramita PM. If you are new to my channel, then I would request you to go through the content of my channel, look at the videos, and if you really find those videos helpful and if they really heighten your interest, then do like it, share it, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel. And most importantly, please turn on the notification bell button so that you get notified whenever I upload any new videos on my channel. So now, without any further ado, let's get into the lecture. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Paramita and I heartily welcome you to my channel Paramita PM. If you are new to my channel, then I would request you to go through the content of my channel, look at the videos, and if you really find those videos helpful and if they really heighten your interest, then do like it, share it, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel. And most importantly, please turn on the notification bell button so that you get notified whenever I upload any new videos on my channel. So now, without any further ado, let's get into the lecture. Now we shall look into the trends in a modern novel or the several features that are associated with a modern novel. As we all know that the English novel emerged in the 18th century and it was during that period when it attained huge popularity. And as days passed by, we found that novel as a literary genre kept on developing. As far as the modern novel is concerned, it has attained immense popularity during the 20th century, which led to an eclipse of poetry and drama, because novel became so popular with the readers that the attraction towards poetry and drama began to decline. Moreover, modern man, coming under the influence of science, prefers discussion, analysis, and classification. And since novel is able to provide all this to the modern man, it gained such huge popularity. The immense variety and complexity is another important feature of the modern novel. By adopting the method of probing deep into the subconscious of the human mind, it has brought about a revolution in the technique of the novel. As far as Virginia Woolf's Mrs. Dalloway is concerned, we can see that Woolf in her novel has adopted this method of probing deeply into the unconscious or the subconscious of the characters. And that's why, since the modern novelists focused more and more on the workings of the human mind, it brought about a revolution in the technique of the novel, unlike the novels that were published in the previous ages, which were more concerned with the plot, its structure, and everything. The modern novel presents life with detached accuracy without giving much importance to morality or any kind of ideology. Hence, the values and attitudes of the society are reflected not only in the subject matter of the novel, but it also casts influence on the structure of the fiction and therefore affecting the mode of representing reality. Another important feature of the modern novel is the novelist's candid treatment of love, sexuality, and marriage. As we all know, during the Victorian era, the novelists could never think of treating these themes in such candid manner that we find in the modern novels, because it was totally inhibited. But as far as the modern novel is concerned, the modern novelist pays much attention to all these themes because he feels that these are very important aspects of one's life and they affect one's life and his or her entire personality, and therefore his focus is more on these themes which are very intricately associated with one's life. Therefore, he doesn't feel that all these themes should not be treated candidly in his work. So, be it sex, both within marriage and outside marriage, the novelist, with his full freedom, treats these themes. The modern novel also came up with its own innovative art form, which is a serious one. In fact, the way they treat the subject matter of the novel is really serious, and they simply do away with the traditional regular structure and are not obsessed with the plot, unlike the novelists of the previous centuries who are more concerned with the plot. They are concerned with the aesthetics of the novel, and therefore the form it has is not a loose one. Since the modern novelist is much concerned with the structure and the aesthetics or the beauty of the novel, therefore the form they adopt for their work is never a loose one. The modern novel even does not have a linear flow, and therefore we can compare it to an incomplete sentence. And since the entire region of thought and belief is incomplete, it is the incompleteness of this entire region of thought and belief that leads to the completeness of the novel, because we know that thoughts can never appear in a sequence. They are random, and therefore they can never have a linear flow. We can never say when thoughts and feelings would emerge in the human mind. It is spontaneous, it is random, and therefore it can never have a linear flow. It flows just like a stream. Modern novelists deliberately discard the conventional way of drawing up finished characters, and they develop a different method of characterization to produce different effects. The characters that we had seen so far in the novels written during the 18th century or the 19th century, they are finished characters, full-fledged characters, while the modern novelist adopts a different method of characterization, which makes it appear fragmented, decaying. And he does that deliberately in order to produce different effects. Since the modern age is a very complex and complicated age, therefore they choose not to make their characters very flat. Rather, they choose to make them complicated and complex as well. Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung already shook the foundation of human thought by revealing that human consciousness has deep layers consisting of the conscious and the unconscious. Because according to Sigmund Freud, the human mind is just like an iceberg. The top of the iceberg, or the tip of the iceberg, which is only 10%, constitutes the conscious, while the remaining 90% constitutes the unconscious or the subconscious. And if these buried elements or these are not treated properly, are not given due importance, then he feels that human personality would fail to develop completely and satisfactorily. And this has been taken into account by the modern novelists, and that's why they have made the English novel psychological in nature, where they are very much concerned with the psychology of the characters, and their primary concern is the conscious mind of the characters. As far as the theme of the modern novel is concerned, it never upholds the accepted and recognized social values, which is very natural because we have already seen that the modern novel departs from the traditional regular structure. It departs from the regular form of characterization. So it's quite natural that the themes chosen by the modern novelists would not accept the recognized social values. To the modern novelist, the society is of very little value, while it is the individual who is of utmost importance to him. The modern novel is more concerned with subjectivity and internal workings of the mind of the characters, and that's why more importance or much focus is given on the individual, the working of his mind, his psychology. Being representative of the post-World War era, individuals are fragmented souls, lacking insight into the upcoming future, and therefore suffering from insecurity. Since the modern individual has seen the horrors of the war, or may have heard of the horrors of the war, it has led to the fragmentation of their soul, making them lack insight of any kind into the upcoming future, and therefore it makes them suffer from insecurity.